Boy, did I hit the jackpot last night with this video that you see on the screen right now. HD OSD layout on ArduPilot. I subscribed to Wind FPV right here just a few days ago, I think. But anyway, this popped up yesterday, and I'll put a link to it in the description, and I'll also put a link in the description to the next thing I'm going to show you, because in his video he put a link to this, and this is a web page that lets you set up that HD OSD on the walk snail much more easily. Let me show you. I'm going to set this up for walk snail. I don't care about the background. We're going to be working on OSD 1. And then you come in here and insert your parameters from your ArduPilot parameter file. And there's the way I have my OSD set up on walk snail. Now then, when I want to move things around now, I'll just grab ground speed. This is a change I've been wanting to make. Ground speed, down one, and I'll grab wind, and I'm going to bring it right over here so that I see airspeed, wind speed, and then ground speed. I don't really care what my ground speed is, as long as my airspeed is good and I won't stall. I can be going minus 5 miles an hour on the ground as long as my airspeed's around 25, 30 miles an hour. And having the wind speed right near there, I think it's better than the bottom. So I could drop this throttle down here. And there's my OSD changed around, which I couldn't do inside ArduPilot. And here's the values that I need to change in ArduPilot. Of course, my ground speed is already enabled, so the one parameter is on it. And here's 0 and 10 for ground speed. Here's 0 and 9 for wind speed, and 49 and 17 for throttle. I'm doing mine just a little bit differently than the gentleman did in his video showing you how to use this, and I certainly recommend his video showing you how to use this over my video. He's taking these values and copying them back into the parameters file. I'm just coming into my platform and changing those values. 6.5 dozen of the other. And we'll come right in here, go to onboard OSD. Oops. God, there's another. I haven't updated all of my platforms to 4.3.5, and 4.3.6 is already out. So, armed with this information, to move my ground speed down 1, we see it's at 0 and 10. So I can come right here, pick up my ground speed, ground speed, click, 0 and 9, I'll just make it 0 and 10. Right customization. The wind speed goes from where it is right now to 0 and 9. So we'll find wind speed, and it becomes 0 and 9. Right customization. And I did pull that throttle. Oops, not the right one, is it? I did pull that throttle down one column, so it's still at 49, but it's at 17 now. So, throttle. Still stays at 49, but converts to 17. There we go. Right customization. That wasn't the way he did it. But if we look at my OSD, which I'm not going to on this video, I'm trying to make my videos shorter and more to the point. I'm also looking at people's names before I say them now. Wind FPV. See, I can say them when I read them. So now my wind speed will be moved from here over here with my other associated speeds for that type of thing, and my throttle will be moved down one. Just that easy. Again, he does it a different way. He goes in here, grabs these three values, copies them, takes them back over and puts them in his parameters list using an editor. That will work too. Also, for me, just coming right out here and doing a save to file for the Nazgul, mine were just saved. This page here, I don't know who he is. Can't find a place right here yet for making a little donation to this page, because over here, man, Ardu Pilot recommended settings. He generally talks, or she generally talks about GPS. These are not specific setups. These are generic that might work over a group of pieces of hardware. For instance, I don't know that this 10 hertz rate is completely correct. I think 5 would be better to always work, but that's neither here nor there. I haven't been changing the GPS rate on my platforms much anyway. Period. Since I started doing this, I did basically what he said. You don't really have to do much else on this GPS. But he's got some other little things in here. Setup checklist. This is better than me going against somebody's checklist or build and just down the mission planner. Check this one. Connect GPS to UART6 serial 4. You don't need to do anything else for GPS. It should work out of the box. If it doesn't, then you might have to change that serial ports protocol to 5 GPS. Man, this is better than a lot of things. Bitmask calculator. I understand bitmasks from being a programmer for years. Configuring a relay on a switch. Current sensor calibration. Here's this HD OSD tool. Miscellaneous notes. Talks about auto tune, which, by the way, when I came in here and looked at this last night, I went over and watched this demo file for auto tune and found out that now auto tune is extremely different. And I had been subscribed to Andrew. You notice I didn't say his last name because I didn't want to butcher it, but I had been subscribed to him for quite some time, and he's evidently one of the developers. He frequently got well over my head, so I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to last night. This shows the new auto tune for airplanes as it was in version 4.10. We're up to 4.45 or something. And this auto tune for airplanes works a little different, works much better. Got that out of these notes. Reverse thrust. The gentleman that shared this said this area right here has given him more help for his TECS tuning than anything on the planet. This is the total energy control system of Ardu Pilot. After you've got everything up and running well, then you start doing really fine tuning on your energy usage using this, the TECS system. Here's more on tuning the TECS, model build notes, simple guide to PID. This page to me is a gold mine. Battery discharge curves, electronics tips. Such a gold mine, I wanted to share it with you this morning as fast as I could. And I have. Like I say, I will leave links to all this in the description, and then I will go back to building my little 5-inch. Some side notes. Yesterday or the day before, I got a refund on the servos I ordered about 2 months ago from China, trying to complete my pan and tilt on the second Skyhunter. Those have been refunded now. They're not coming. So I had to find another solution for the second Skyhunter. I was kind of flailing around trying to find a quick solution, bothering my guy who makes my pan and tilts in the past. And then I remembered, I was just going to put the front of the first Skyhunter on the second Skyhunter for starters. So I'm going to slow down on finding my own pan and tilt solutions and try to find a better one for that. The full Walksnail Pro kit is someplace in the United States. I'm not quite sure where. Waiting on United States Postal Service to pick it up to bring it here. I really think it will be here early next week or sometime next week for sure. And I can get the little connector for USB for the Walksnail Pro that I have here on the 5-inch. I really don't need that until I develop some video on that transmitter that I need to take off with the USB, so it's not a rush anymore. I still wish they did at least give you a description of the connector. If they can't supply it with that little VTX only kit, at least put a piece of paper in there and tell me what it is so I can get it overnighted in here from some place, because it takes weeks for that to ship from China. Again, I don't need more than 2 of them, one and a spare for when one breaks. I think what that's going to be is the little pigtail that goes out to a USB-C board like on the H743 wings, but I haven't seen it yet. What else? I'm pretty much finished with the 2022-2023 winter build season. We've started getting warm around here. Don't think we're going to have any more hard freezes this year. I think that's over. We are going to have a cold day tomorrow and Sunday. And when I say cold, we've been touching 80 a few days this week, 1 or 2. and it's going to be like 46 Sunday, so that's going to feel brutally cold for one day. But warm weather's coming. I think with about 25 drones in the room, I have enough equipment to fly. If I were to build anything, the 3D printed airplane's still waiting to be worked on. It kind of got pushed aside. We'll talk about that when I bring the Titan Talon back out. I would like to have a VTOL, but so far I can't find one in a price range that suits me unless I win the lottery. $400 or $500 for a VTOL kit. That's just for the frame. VTOL airplane. Much less the motors and electronics for it. It's a single motor. Wouldn't mind having a two-motor aircraft. I wouldn't mind playing with a airplane that uses thrust rather than a rudder to turn. Wouldn't mind having a two-motor airplane with a rudder. So, but those aren't as important as basically flying the things I currently have. All right, well, it's raining really well today, so let's go back to tuning the software in the little 5-inch quad. Thank you, guys.